ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of Chris Boy's Grandpa Games. Today, we just beat Kashyyyk, and we are moving along to Manan, the third planet, now that we have Jolie. I leveled up, and I need to talk to everyone in order to advance their quest lines. But first, we need to put some lightsaber crystals in. Attack bonus 3, attack bonus 1, damage bonus, massive criticals. Oh yeah, Great Dragon Pearl, we'll take that. She's fine. You actually can't take critical. Yeah. Actually, we're gonna go to, Yavin, because that space station trader is there.
Kalonord is dead, Lord Malak. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Kalo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend. Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Man, it's gotta suck to work there. Still have running on. Oh, did I not bring the holocron to Bastila's mother?
Chua Pengki, Yun Patisa, Tiki Mulira Kunking.
Yeah, I'm new, very new.
Chua Pengki, Yun Patisa. Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha. agi inko tune chunamur diskadosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smaktoma tong hitwama agi inko.
What are you doing here?
Kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smaktoma kuyami chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Ichuta. Topa na oto vokasa, pampaki achua pengti, yun patisa, di juba jikonka. Kakincha nawabakaon, pichage borang turang. Tong hitwama ag iinko tune, portong hitwama ji aki inko tun. Tong panokun, non diskadosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, kuyami jusku chitana.
Exar-kun.
Achua pengki, yun patisa, di juba jikonka naga, kingu mwa mulir, kakincha nawabakaon.
Let's talk about something else.
Ki mulira.
How did you know Davik?
Tong hitwama ag iinko tune, portong hitwama ji aki inko tun. Tong panokun, nonek, chi baba Hasan shan. Kakin.
Yeah.
Tong hitwama ag iinko tune.
Wasn't to go through 15 lines of dialogue with merchants.
Achua pengki, yun patisa. Di juba jikonka naga, diskadosoki, kopa bono naki mulira.
Alright. Not cheap, holy shit. Combat suit. You can have Davik suit. Sell Cowow's battle armor as well. Get rid of the vibro blades. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Get rid of the vibro swords. Get rid of that. I think we're faux up on lightsabers. Yeah, I think I'll sell these. Sell that for sure. So Mandalorian assault rifle. Keep one. So. Alright, we got a shit ton of credits. Scroll through all of my crap. Ooh, yeah. Implants level 3. Ooh, I have not been putting points into implants. Ooh, yeah, no, we're buying those. Alright, good little trade. We get to come back here and he gets better stuff later on, I do believe, as the game goes on. I should have come here first, right after Dantooine. So... you can have the... keep those, actually.
What?
Yeah, what do you want? Your
Statement. As you...
Yes. What is it?
Is something wrong?
I have been bothered by something.
What is it?
I never told you where I came from, did I? Where I grew up as a child? I have been wrestling with my feelings inside, trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Dantooine.
You mean...
Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastilla. Taris, my homeworld.
Oh, wow. Sorry, Jahani, I didn't know.
If it were not for you and Bastilla, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastilla. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood. Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that...
How does she not know who Revan is? Calm yourself. Remember the Jedi
There is
Code.
no emotion. There is peace. I suppose you did what you had to, and it could not have been avoided. The Republic needs you and Bastila. Maybe needs you more than it needed Taris. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand.
You're right. I don't. Right. It'll be alright.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it will. As long as we remain focused on our task, it will. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should stop for now.
Wow, she is got some self-loathing. Alright, let's see if anybody has anything else to say. I have to talk to Joey in HK-47 still.
Got something on your mind, dude?
Why'd you decide to come with me?
You got yourself a fast little ship. I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an uller in mating season. Oh, frightful.
So you wanted to ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
No, seriously, tell me. If you don't want to answer the question, just say so, old man.
How impatient can one person be? You must have driven your mother mad. All that gurgling and fussing. Babies are cute, but annoying. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Is this a comment on my breath?
No, but it could be. An Anduvian salt tablet would clear that right up, you know. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. Andor Vex was his name. The Force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
Never heard of him. Is that what you see around me, too?
Well, it's not so much a hurricane as a slight breeze. But that doesn't mean anything. Destiny is sometimes in the eye of the beholder. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall. I am not. I've no need to make things up. With my poor memory and all. You just sit still and let me finish, damn it. Let's see. Oh, yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
How young are we talking here?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time, they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
Andor killed Krat, I take it.
Of course he did. Haven't you been listening? It was not in the way you'd probably expect, though. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too, or those could have just been gurgling noises. Oh, well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
You're kidding.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
I hate you, old man.
Well, now that's the ingratitude of youth for you. I relate an exciting tale, and do I get thanked for it? No. It's all me. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry, and you're making me cranky. Shoo.
Alright, let's see if we can get enough. One second. Alright, we're back. Let's see if we can get another story out of the old man. Oh, I love this.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Rambo. What are you saying?
Alright, looks like I gotta level up in order to get a second story. Wait. Maybe I need to talk to Karth first and then level up. Karth, Jahani, etc., etc.
Yes, what's
Karth
on your
for
mind?
sure, though. Tell me why you want revenge on Saul so badly.
I already told you, he betrayed us all.
Just seems more, personal than that.
Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
I do.
It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time.
Yeah, it's terrible, Saul. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Of course not. How could you? I've
been keeping
left
secrets.
after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them, and I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
What was she like, your wife?
She had courage, and she was stubborn. Could never talk her out of anything when she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. I had planned on leaving soon, to join her.
So that's where all this anger comes. Oh, what happened to your son? You didn't say.
His name was Dustil, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Let's continue with what we were doing.
Alright. Wait. Can I talk to anybody else? Bastila.
How can I help?
You look like you had something to say.
I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us.
Is that a compliment? Coming from you?
Well, yes. Surely that's not so surprising.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not. Why must you make this so difficult for me? Can't you just accept a simple compliment? I see. Is there nothing I can do to make it up to you? I would rather we were friends. I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really.
Don't forget edgy, critical, overly secretive.
Yes, well, there's no need for you to agree so wholeheartedly. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course.
We could be more than friends, Bastila.
Please, it's not allowed. I have to remain true to the Jedi ideal. If this is going to cause a problem, maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
No, I'm glad you did. Because I care for you too, Bastwa. As a friend.
Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better. But enough soul-searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
All right. Zalbar, we have to talk to you. Have you anything more to say about yourself, Zalbar? Why did you request Baka's sword? I'm sorry we couldn't stay on Kashyyyk longer. I wish you well. Let's get moving.
Hey there. What? Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay.
Armor guard. Oh wait. Gizka poison. Ooh, yeah, he makes computer spikes. That was just a Gizka dying, don't worry about it. Ugh. I had to wait 24 hours or whatever.
Yeah, what do you... You're...
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
I would like to know more about your functionality, HK-47.
Statement. I know some elements of my functionality, Master, but not all.
I thought you said removing your restraining bolt would restore your memory.
Qualification. I suspected that it might, Master, but without memory, I had no way of knowing whether or not I knew that was true.
So you lied to me.
Qualification. Not so much, Master. I spoke out of ignorance. I assumed the Ithorian was responsible for my memory loss. That does not mean I am not a fully loyal droid willing to serve its master. Right, Master?
How can you not know parts of your own functionality?
Answer. There have been numerous repairs and tampering made to my system, Master. Several systems are not operating as they should be. The fact that my memory is incomplete may be due to meatbag incompetence, or something else I am unaware of.
Is there any way to repair you?
Answer. Some of my motor functions can be safely repaired, Master, but anything in relation to my memory core is extremely sensitive. I have safeguards installed to protect that core that I cannot deactivate. It is not impossible that other, lesser memory functions could be restored, however.
So I can restore your memory?
Answer. You may attempt to restore portions of my deleted memory, Master, but some skill at repair is required. The deeper functions of my core memory, however,
this is why I've been putting a
unadvisable
couple of
to
points
tamper
into
with.
repair.
Conjecture. It is possible that some external stimulus might result in the memory core being reactivated, but I am unaware of any program existence to do so.
So your memory might just, boop, come back.
Conjecture. There may be hidden programming that awaits certain conditions to reactivate my memory core, Master, but there is no way to know. It is quite possible that tampering has simply erased my core permanently. If that is so, a meatbag will surely pay.
So, how do I go about restoring your memory?
Answer. Simply tell me that you wish to make the attempt, Master, and I will attempt to walk you through it. Please do be careful.
I would like to try restoring some of your memory.
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process. Request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too valuable and well-crafted to perish at the hands of ineptitude.
Are you implying that I'm inept?
Negatory. No, Master. You are not a droid, however.
Man, maybe I
therefore
could get
your
T3 to do
skills
this.
are limited by the physical capabilities of your meatbag extremities, or some such.
I happen to be very good at what I do.
Appeasement. Yes, Master. Of course, Master. It will begin.
Let's get started.
Statement. As you wish, Master. The first stage is the simple one, and that is accessing my central control cluster. This may take a while. First, you will need to open 3 panels. No! That is not it, Master. No, that is not it either. That is a hinge, Master. Supplication. Perhaps it would be best if you desisted your efforts for the moment, Master. This seems to be going nowhere.
Very well, we'll do this later.
As you desire, Master. I cannot help but claim a small amount of relief. Signing off. Statement.
Okay. You don't need to call me Master, you know.
Query. Don't I? I was under the assumption that organic meatbags such as yourself enjoyed such forms of address.
Organic meatbags?
Retraction. Did I say that out loud? I apologize, Master. While you are a meatbag, I suppose I should not call you such.
You just called me a meatbag again.
Explanation. It's just that you have all these squishy parts, Master, and all that water. How the constant sloshing doesn't drive you mad, I have no idea.
Neither do I, come to think of it.
Statement. Now do you understand the travails of my existence, Master? Surely it does not compare to your existence, but still.
I survived, somehow.
Commentary. As do I. It is our lot in life, I suppose, Master. Shall we find something to kill to cheer ourselves up? Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
I do not want to start a fighter simulation.
As you desire.
Level up, and then see if anybody else wants to talk. A lot of talking, I'm sorry. Wait. Whatever. Could go dueling. Oh yeah, no, dueling. +2 to attack and +2 to defense. Disable droid, that's good for you. Alright. Don't think we can do anything with HK. Let's hunt the Canderous.
Yeah, what are you?
Nothing new with Canderous. He should be ready for his final quest. Joey!
You've got something on your mind, do you?
You never did actually say why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
You know, I don't have to take you with me.
Of course you do. I know things, remember?
Yeah, you know who I am then because you met me 5 years ago.
Don't answer that. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on to where?
To bed. I'm old and tired.
No, really.
How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
No, I guess not.
There. Now, was that so hard? An old man has to be allowed some petty eccentricities. Nice to see you agree for once. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
I'm surprised you didn't say nice to see a familiar face, old man. You know what my destiny is?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you, but... I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
So you're coming along to not offer your opinions?
I'll remind you that you're the one who started pumping me for information. Like an old man doesn't have anything better to do. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. And that can be all bad.
Who's Nomi?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
I didn't bring you along for your amusement, you know.
Oh, stop being such a baby. Are you always so quick to turn aside an ally? Got too many of them, do you? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo! Got something on your mind.
Anything else? No.
Oh.
Alright. Jahani for sure.
Yes. What is it?
Did something
I
wrong?
was remembering Taris.
Oh, man, your shithole homeworld. So sorry.
No, it's all right. I think I am over the worst of it. It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash.
It's sort of weird that you're so nostalgic about it. I don't know.
Pay doing back-breaking labor.
And those Rakghouls. Ugh.
There was always the danger of Rakghouls coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
Was it that bad? No, that's a stupid question. How could such a government last?
It did not. But only because of the Jedi who came. It was very bad. With no money to spare for any amenities. Even the Enclave on Dantooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
One of the Jedi you met?
The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order. The one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians. She was human. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point. If there even was one. Sometimes, I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
And how did you arrive on Dantooine?
Another story, for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic. To save the galaxy, if we can. How may I... What?
Tell me more about your past.
I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Sure.
No, they were not. Having fled the birth world of my species, my parents flew as far and wide as they could. And so I was raised alone, knowing of my birthplace only the few stories my parents could tell, and seeing no other member of my species at all.
Why did they
It
flee?
all comes back to wars and fighting. The curse of your race, it seems. In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
Your species were in that region?
KOTOR was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
Mandalorians fight
swooped
dirty.
down from space, across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Ugh. Why did the Republic
we were
not help you?
members of the Republic. KOTOR was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
But you survived.
My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
Taris is not a place to raise a child.
No, it is not. But they had little choice. Each of us dealt with it in our own way. My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
That's
I don't
tragic.
need your sarcasm or your pity.
Oh shit.
He died at the hands of another, killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry, How may I be of assistance? What is it you would like? I have been thinking much about our journey, and I am grateful and honored that you have accepted me with you. I am not used to such unbiased... We KOTOR do not make friends easily, or for long. Even on Dantooine, I remained alone. Not ostracized exactly, but... Yes, it was. I find it difficult to speak of those things. I do not want to live that way ever again. It is warming. I feel almost welcome. Needed.
You got
seem
two
to be
lightsabers.
very decisive when it is required of you. It is reassuring to know that I can...
We're all in this together.
Yes, and that is my point. I find it difficult to explain. It is so different from what I am used to. Just thank you for accepting me. How may I be of... What? Of course.
Alright. Bastava.
How can I help? Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, considering our bond. Yes, there is something I would like to ask, if you'll permit it.
Go ahead.
In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the lure of the dark side. And with so little training, for me it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
I just do what I think is right.
And that's enough for you. If only it were as easy for me. If only the right path was always clear. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berated me for it. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death and destruction. I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side.
Sounds like you have your own demons to face.
I suppose I do. Part of me thinks that it would be worth anything to vanquish evil, even if it meant giving in to my base emotions. The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? Even worse, who am I to try and make you question them?
What?
These are dangerous thoughts. The indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission. How can I help? Then I suggest we move on.
Alright. And then... Under that sea, under that sea, down here it's better, it's better, take it from me.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Revan Malak. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manon is covered by nothing but vast oceans.
What, that star map was underwater?
The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Okay, hopefully we should be activating a bunch of side quests here. Oh God.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the Galactic Senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The Senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like
oh man, that might be the first recorded reference of the word
simp. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But but I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
It's alright.
No, really. I should apologize. I should try to control myself, as you Jedi do. Is there anything I can help you with?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Well, of course. I'm always willing to help a Jedi.
Tell me about Alto City.
It's big. Real big. Actually, it's pretty much the only real city on the entire world. The only place for us air breathers, anyway. Manan is a water world, which you may have noticed on your way down to land here, inhabited natively by a species of fish people called the Selk. They built this city to cater to us off-worlders, and as a base of operations to export KOTOR, which is the only real thing they have to trade here.
Ugh.
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play, well, that, and they threaten to but I think they're underestimating the length. Is there anything else?
Never mind,
of
I
course.
must go.
If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
Ugh. Alright. We got Candaris' quest.
Ah, so we meet again, Candaris. It has been quite a long time.
Joggy?
You know this guy, Candaris?
He was a warrior under my command up to the Battle of Althir. But I thought...
You thought I was dead, didn't you? You thought all of us that you had sent on that attack had perished. You sent us to die in a foolish attack, while you directed your forces elsewhere. You broke from the battle plan and let us die for it, so that you could have the honor of being the first to kill the enemy commander.
You lived.
I alone realized what was happening, and managed to escape the trap before it closed. The trap he set for his own men.
I did what was prudent at the time. If I had not done it, the battle would have...
The battle would have been won anyway. I am tired of your excuses, Candaris. I have spent years tracking you down since the clans were banished, and I will not rest until I've had my vengeance.
What are you gonna do?
I challenge you, Candaris. I challenge you to fight the fight you fled that day above Althir, in the dune seas of Tatooine. I will be waiting for you. I have spread the news of the challenge since I learned you had landed on this world. All the surviving Mandalorian clans know of what I do here, and that we shall meet on Tatooine to settle this debt of vengeance once and for all. If you fail to meet me there, you shall be stripped of all honor and forever cast out of our society. It will be you and me alone in the dune seas of Tatooine. A final battle that can only end in death. I shall be waiting for you there, Candaris.
I've been given a challenge I can't ignore. We've got to go to the dune seas of Tatooine, so I can find Joggy and kill him for his insult to me.
What happened out there? Why is Joggy so mad at you?
This is between me and Joggy. You don't have to get involved. If you're lucky, he might spill something before I spread him in a paste over the dunes.
Alright. I think we need to go back into the Heaven Hawk. God. Oh god. Oh my god, I did it again. Oh. Their language is the worst. Let's take mission and Karth. one or the other should trigger a side quest. Hopefully mission.
Huh?
What?
Strike Hearth. Sky spawned, I think.
Karth! Karth Onesi, is that you?
Jordo?
It is you, isn't it? I knew it when I laid eyes on you. You old space dog. How have you been? I thought for sure you'd be fighting on some ship out there.
I was. I crashed.
That's pretty rich. I can't imagine what it would take to keep you on the ground. Must have something to do with your friend here, eh? How's it going?
Nice to meet you, Jordo.
So what are you doing here, Jordo? Last time I saw you was on, well, Telos, actually.
Yeah, it's a shame about home. Telos still hasn't recovered. The family and I moved on, and I'm working for Zerka now. I didn't see you after... what I mean is, my condolences on your wife. I heard what happened. At least your boy made it through all right.
My boy? You mean Dustle?
Yes, of course. I saw him at my last stop on Korriban. Though he didn't recognize me. You didn't know he was there?
No. Jordo, Dustle's been missing since the attack on Telos. Are you absolutely certain it was him?
Yeah, I'd recognize Dustle anywhere. Positive. He's joined the Sith, Garth.
What do you mean he's joined the Sith?
There's an academy for the Sith on Korriban. He's a student there. I saw him suited up in their outfit and everything. Sorry, I thought you knew.
No, I didn't. Well, thanks for telling me, Jordo.
Sure, no problem. Good to see you again, Karth. Hope everything works out with Dustle.
Dustle is alive. We have to go to the Korriban Academy and find him.
Are you sure that's wise?
I don't know. I don't know why Dustle would be with the Sith, but I have to find out. There's simply no choice. All this time I thought he was... I mean, he must be a man by now.
Oh wait, alright. You can go home. And mission, for God's sake, activate your quest. Ugh. Okay, she's not gonna do it here. Alright, who are we taking? Joey for sure. And, how about Jahani? No, let's take Bastawa.
Yes?
Bastoa, what do you got for me? More wisdom. Treat injury awareness. Excuse me. Let's see here. We could add a lightsaber. But then again, she could use some toughness. Cure or heal, whatever. Alright, awesome. Oh wait, my infinite run is worn off. Oh. God damn it. I'd like to talk to you about what you said before about giving in to your emotions.
Yes, I did end that quite abruptly, didn't I? Perhaps a master could have addressed my questions with the proper wisdom, but I never should have brought it up here, not with you. Part of my purpose on this mission was
it's like you're forgetting that I'm the Dark Lord or something.
To avoid the temptations of the dark side. But I fear I've failed in that task. I don't think I'm the proper Jedi to guide you. I'm no master. You should have remained with the Council.
Why do you say that?
The fact of the matter is, I have never possessed much skill at controlling myself.
And maybe one of the masters should have come with us.
You have maintained the path of the light side, but it has been in spite of my influence, not because of it. It's increasingly obvious I am unable to guide you properly.
Yeah. So, what now?
I don't know. I think I may have made a very big mistake. I simply hope that you are not the one who pays the price, ultimately, for the fact that I can't help you enough.
Maybe we could help each other.
That's a kinder response than I deserve. And I can see there is wisdom in your words. You continue to be there for me, don't you? Even after I keep pushing you away, you're still around when I need you most. You're like no man I've known before. You're nothing like what I expected you to be after
remember to keep lying. How did you expect you to...
I need time to think about all this. Things are... they're not going as I thought they would. We should continue on with our mission for now.
Gotta keep that romance line going. The other one's not strict to a romance line, so... Even though if I chose it, she might, like, trip up about me being Darth Revan a little bit. Okay, thank you. Don't worry, I won't kill anybody. Thank you, port officer. Okay. Don't need to go in there. Ugh. Joey. Here we go. This is why Joey is along.
Yes, you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Alora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Right, this is the bar. Alright, I hate their language.
I doubt.
Be careful here, kid. Start poking your nose.
He wants us to look into the Sith are abducting Selkath kids. Alright, got some quests.
So, do we have...
That's an awful lot of...
Don't be so suspicious.
Makes sense.
Just show up.
The Republic respects the peace if I...
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we gotta talk to this judge. I would like to investigate the murder case involving Sunry.
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him.
Their little mouth appendages look so delicious to eat. Okay.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily.
Okay, I think I'm actually gonna end it here. It's been a very talking heavy episode. Thank you so much for watching this riveting episode of KOTOR. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much. You have a great day. Bye.